Good morning everyone. Thanks for joining the session and welcome back to my channel. In the last class, we discussed about the filter commands. To continuation of that, today I would like to share one more filter command which is called find command. Basically, the find command is very important command which we are using frequently in our day-to-day activities. So, which we can use to search or list out the files and directories based on the conditions which we specify and matching the arguments which we passed. So with help of the find command, we can find the files including the permissions, users, groups, file types, dates, size, and various other parameters we can use it. This session is divided into that 5 parts. So the first part is the basic find command for finding the files and directories with their names. And the second part is find the files based on their permissions. Third part is search the files based on the owners and group. And then we can find the files and directories based on the date and time. And finally, we can list out the files and directories based on the size. Let's jump into the real time. So here there are multiple files and directories are available. So now see, if I want to find the files with their names, so how we can do that? So here is the syntax: find, then you have to give the path. After that, you have to mention that argument which is called name, then file name you have to give it. So this is the syntax for finding the files. So I can give find space dot which is called current path. I can give that argument name, and here I can mention the output. See here, it will list the or search the output directory, output file name from the current path. So instead of current path, if you want to give for your custom path or multiple path home, or if you want to give for home Ubuntu user, or if you want to give for find, you should have to mention for any other thing actually instead of this. See here, copy, and you have to paste it. So instead of this, if you want to mention or find out this output file for entire root level, you can able to use forward slash. Okay, so it will search all the root level where and all output.txt file is there. It will search and it will display it actually. It will take some time. Now see, it displayed. Okay, so there is a one more option we can use along with that argument -i. So ignore case. So what this will do, so it will display that files and directories, both capitals and small letters from the root level actually. If you want to display for even home Ubuntu also you can put it. Okay, so and apart from that, so we can able to display that directories. Up to now we have seen how to display the files with the -name and -i option which is called ignore case. Now if you want to find the directories, find space. So the syntax is here you can give the path and you can use one more argument type, and you can put the d means it's a directory -name, and you have to give here directory name. Okay, so with help of this syntax, we are going to search the directory. Find home, I can give Ubuntu, whatever the path do you need, you can give it here. And here you can mention type and D name, you have to give directory one. See here, directory one display. If you want to display for all the directories which is having small letter and capital letters, we can use ignore case. Okay, so this is how we are going to display the directories. So in real time, we are going to see in daily basis the file types .txt file, .tzz file, .zip file, or you can give .sh file or .python file. Okay, release.py and test.py. So there are multiple types of extension files are there. So if you want to display or find the .sh file, .py file, .tzz file, we can use the syntax find. You can give the path slash home ubuntu, then after that you have to give type, and here I can give f because we are searching for the file name. Then you have to give the name, and then you should have to mention test.sh or whatever it may be. So without type also it should work, but some scenario without mentioning the file name, if you want to mention for only extensions, that time it will be useful. Okay, even without type also should work in this section. So there is a one more scenario. If you want to find the files which is having only 777 permission or owner as a root, that scenarios it should work. But please remember it. Type F means it's a file. Type D means it's a directories. Okay, even if you want to mention for py, it displayed. Okay, so find all the .py files. It display like that. So that's what the first part. And the second part is find the files based on the permissions. So the syntax for finding the files and directories with their permissions, here we can use find space, and here you can give the path. Then after that you have to mention for the type. Here you can mention F, it's a file. D means it's a directory. Hyphen perm. Then after that you should have to mention the permission. Then finally you have to put that print. Okay, so here find, this is the path. From which path do you need to find out, and the type you want to find for files or you want to find for the directories. Then the parameter you need to pass it, which is called hyphen perm, and which permission do you need, 644, 755, 6555, whatever it may be. Then finally it will print it. So I'm going to print find home ubuntu. Here I am giving that type F. I am giving first, I will find the files with 777 permission F. Then after that PRM perm, I can give that 777. Then after that print. So now it doesn't display because there are no 777 permission files. 644 is there. See here it displayed. Okay, instead of this, if we can put D means it's a directory. What are the directories having the 755? It's not there, and 777 it's there. Okay, all these directories has the 777 permission. If you want to display without 777 permission, you can use exclamatory symbol, not. Without 777 permission, these directories having the privileges. Example, if you can see here, ll, if we can enter /home ubuntu.ssh, see here doesn't have the this directory 777. Okay, the next thing is, if we want to find the files with that username or read only permission, write only permission, how to find out? find, you can use the home Ubuntu. This is the path we are going to find out. PARM form, and you have to put it as a user as read access. Okay, so what this will do, find all the read only files. What are the files having read only? It will be find it actually. The next thing is, what are the files having executable permissions? Okay, so this is the command which we can able to find all the executable file. Okay, that means it's having the executable permission. And there is a one more scenario, you need to find the directories or files 777 or 644, and you need to change that permissions to some other permission. So what you need to find, and you have to give home Ubuntu, and here type I can mention F, and you have to give perm, then you have to mention that 777, then after that you can print. Okay, so then if you, this will print only files which is having 777 not there, and 644. See, these are the files having 644 permission. If you want to change all these files at a time, you can use -exec, then after that you have to give chmod, then 6777. So you have to write the syntax. So what this will command will do, from the home directory, it will print the files which is having 644 permission. Then it will change it from 644 to 777 ls space fnlrt. See here. And if you want to make vice reverse, so if you want to made 644 if and from the 777. So what this command will do, it will find what are the files and having 777 permission from that home directory, then it will print it, then it will change it to the 644 ls space fnlrt. Earlier all it is in green color, now it is 644 permission. Now if we can take anything here, see 644 644. Okay, so this is how even we can do for the directories also. Instead of this, type F, if we can remove, and you can put for D, it will find out the files, sorry, directories which is having 777 permission, and it will change it to the 644. Now see, earlier it is green color is there, now see directories. So there is one more thing, instead of this what we can do, 755. So you can find the directories which is having 644, then it will execute it. See at 755. Okay, so and one more thing, how to search the file and delete it. Even single file we can remove it, or even we are going to remove for the multiple files. File home, find home Ubuntu location, and after that you have to put for the type F, which whether you are going to delete for the file or delete for the directory. Then after that you have to give for the name, then you can put the name actually. So you can put test.py. Okay, I have given test.py. Then after that you have to give exec, then rm space -rlef curly bracket and backslash. This is the syntax for it. Even instead of this you can put -print. Okay, now if you can see test.sh I am putting, see this file got deleted. Now see ls space test doesn't there. Test.sh or test. This file is not there. You want to delete a bunch of files, then that case you should have to give, you know, star.txt. What are the files you can put here, you know, enter. See here, this file got deleted, this file, all the .txt file got deleted. See here. Okay, so this is where you can delete the single file and multiple files at a time. And very important command is how to display empty files or empty directories. Okay. Now see, find, then you can put for the path home Ubuntu user. Then after that, type you can put if I am giving -empty. These all are the files has the empty file. If you want to display for the directories instead of F, you can put for the D. So it display the all the empty directories. Okay. So there is a one more requirement. If you want to find the empty files, sorry, hidden files or hidden directories, you can put name and here you can put it as a dot. You know the files and directories starting with a dot, that is called hidden files or which is called hidden directories. Now instead of D you can put F, means it display the hidden files. Okay. So find the files based on the user. Example, if you can see ls space -lrt, this is called user of the file, that means owner of the file, and this is called group of the file. Okay. So you want to display the user of root. Example, now see, find, you can give it as a home Ubuntu, then after that -user you can put root, then you can search for name, any name you can give it, nl command. Okay. So what this will do, from the home Ubuntu location it displays when the owner or user is matched as a root. Now NL, if you can take it, this is the NL file name. See, owner as a root and group also root. So that is where it got displayed. So instead of that, instead of giving this, so what I can give, I did not give in that name of the file or name of the directory. Directly I am giving which are the files and directories owner as a root. It displayed. This is the command for it. And if you want to display for which are the files and directories having group as a root, it displayed. Okay. So instead of that, find the particular files of the user. Sometimes if you want to find for particular user, then you can able to give it actually. So example which I have seen here, okay, any start.txt files are there, you can able to .py files, .zip file, .tz files, whatever it may be. So you can use find /home and here Ubuntu, and after that you can give that user root, then you know username is the root, that means owner name, and I name ignore case, then you have to give the .tz, whatever it may be. Okay. Here make sure start.tz. Yeah, to display it. So that is about part 3, and we are going for part 4. So part 4, we need to find the files and directories based on the date and time. So let's say if you want to find the files which is older than 50 days modified files, last 50 days modified files, last 20 days modified files, to find all the files which are modified by the 20 days, 30 days, 40 days, whatever it may be. So you can use find, then you can give the path, you can give any path actually, I'm giving only Ubuntu, home Ubuntu. Then after that m time, so which is the one of the parameter, m time, and you have to given 20 days or 50 days or 50 days, 60 days, or 1 day, whatever it may be, because we modify the files but which are not reached to the 1 day before actually. So that is where it is not displayed actually. If you want to find the files which is older than 7 days. Okay, so older than 7 days means the files which is not modified within 7 days, which are modified before 7 days. Okay, so this is how we are going to put it actually. And one more thing, if you want to list the files which is access 50 days, 20 days, 30 days, 100 days, whatever it may be, find the last 20 days access files. You can use find, and you can give the path home Ubuntu user. Then after that I'm going to use one more parameter or argument, a time. A time means it's the access time. M time means it's a modified time. Last 20 days modified, last 50 days modified, last 1 day modified, like this. A time, and after that I have given 20, so which we can use to last 20 days modified. And we can give that combination of time actually. So to find all the files are, you know, directories which are modified more than 15 days back and less than 100 days back. Okay, whatever it may be, find space, you can give home Ubuntu user and -m time. This is one of the argument, plus 50 days, more than 50 days and less than 100 days, -m time minus 100. Okay, now see displayed. Okay, these are the files more than 50 days and less than 100 days. Okay, so this is how we can able to give it. And one more thing, find the changed files in hourly based actually. So here, if you want to find space, you can give that. Suppose home Ubuntu location, here -c minute. That means change 60 minutes, okay, or 30 minutes. Okay, see here all these files having changed as a 60 minutes. Okay, C means it's changed, M means it's a minutes, -60 means 60 minutes. To find all the files which are changed in last 1 hour. In last 1 hour, we have changed all these files. Okay, so like this, if you want to modify it for last 1 hour, or last, it's a and access last 1 hour file, even you can able to mention it instead of C, you can able to use for last 60 minutes access files, last 60 minutes. Okay, it's a means it's a access file, M means it's a minute, 60 minutes file. That means 60 minutes are in 1 hour, what are the files and directories we are modified, and C means what are the files we are going to change in 60 minutes. Okay, this is about, we are going to find the access time, change time, modified time for the files and directories. Then the final part is find the files and directories based on the size. Okay, so if you want to find the file home Ubuntu location, the argument we can give size, which is 50 MB. So it doesn't have actually. So let's say 50 MB. It's not there. If you can put 1 MB, see all this file having the 1 MB. If you can put 2 MB, not there. Almost all the files having the 1 MB. So find the size between particular size. Find, I can give slash home Ubuntu, then after that size you can able to give +1 +10, and you have to give again size, and you have to give -50 MB. Okay, you can give like this also. In between we are going to find out only one file from between 10 to 50 MB. So like this we can able to find. If you want to find and delete this, so what we can give, -exec, then after that rm space -rf, you can give curly brackets, backward slash enter. ls space -lrt. See here, this zip file deleted. Okay. So if you want to find the specific file and if you want to delete, you can use this syntax. So this is about find command. Could you please go through this my video? Please watch it, like it, share it, and subscribe it. If any doubts, could you please comment in my channel? Thanks for watching.